Welcome to Stoner Watch, and today we're talking about Cry Macho. And if you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button and click on that bell so you can get notified for future videos. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And yes, I sat down and watched the brand new movie Cry Macho, starring legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood. And I gotta say, it was okay. I'm not gonna say this was the best movie I ever saw, but it wasn't like the worst movie I ever saw either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't really expecting like an action-packed movie. I mean, Clint Eastwood is 91 years old. The fact that he's still acting and directing at his age is pretty inspiring. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, what I saw in the trailer is pretty much what I was expecting to see in this movie, and that's what I saw in this movie. Now, the only thing I didn't get out of the trailer is that I thought the pacing in this movie was a little bit slow at times, so it kind of made it feel a lot longer than what it really was. I mean, it had a runtime like an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. You know, so it wasn't like a long movie, but there were points in that movie. It was like, okay, man, we got to, you know, it's not like I was checking my watch because I ain't got one, but that's not the point. That is not the point. The point is, I mean, I felt like it was like, you know, can we move this a little bit long here? Because, like, you know, he gets like this mission from his boss because he was late for work. I mean, he was kind of old. I mean, they don't really say how old he was in this movie. I mean, on the fact we know that Clint Eastwood is 91 years old, but I don't know exactly how old his character is supposed to be in this movie. They didn't really say. They just said he was a washed up rodeo star at one point, but they didn't really specify how old he was. You know what I mean? So, and then you could definitely tell that Dwight Yoakam's character was like kind of old too and stuff like that. And I have to say that his character seemed kind of like a dick at times in this movie. I mean, I wasn't really liking his character. Even like towards later on in the movie, after he sends Clint Eastwood all the way down to Mexico City to retrieve his kid down there and stuff like that. And then we find out he's only trying to get the kid back because he's trying to use him as leverage with his ex-wife, so he can get money back from what investments that he had in Mexico. He was trying to save taxes or the hell. So it's like, that kind of made me not like that character and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, you know, but then I thought, well, maybe there'll be like one of those type of movies where, like, you know, he's like, he keeps the kid. But that's not what happened. But what I did like, and I have to say was like pretty much my favorite part in the movie, like where they were in this one Mexican town and their car broke down. They were hanging out there for a little bit because they had to like save up money to fix their car and everything. So he was helping this guy break horses and getting paid for it because he was selling them. And so like, but then he met Marta and what have you. And like my favorite part in the whole entire movie was like after he dropped off the kid to dad at the border and stuff like that, he turned back around. He went back to that Mexican town and he was going to spend the rest of his life with that chick, Marta. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, again, I don't know how old the character is and stuff like that, but to see that even a man at his age can find love, that's pretty inspiring. I mean, I wish I was that lucky, but I'm just saying. Cry Macho is a 2021 American neo-Western drama film directed and produced by Clint Eastwood, adapted by Nick Shunk. It's based on the 1975 novel of the same name by N. Richard Nash. Now, the plot follows a former rodeo star who is hired to reunite a young man in Mexico with his father in the United States. Attempts to adapt the novel into a feature film have featured a variety of actors in negotiations to star. In 2011, Arnold Schwarzenegger was cast in the film, but production was canceled after a scandal. In 2020, it was announced that Eastwood would create an adaptation with Albert S. Ruddy, Tim Moore, and Jessica Meyer attached as producers. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, production took place in New Mexico with cinematographer Ben Davis. During post-production, the score was composed by Mark Mancina. Cry Macho was theatrically released in the United States on September 17th of 2021 by Warner Brothers Pictures with a simultaneous release on HBO Max streaming service for 31 days. It has received mixed reviews from the critics with praise for the scenery and score, but criticism towards the screenplay, Eastwood's performance, and the film's tone received a polarized response. Starring in Cry Macho, we have Clint Eastwood, Dwight Yoakam, Eduardo Minit, Natalia Traven, Fernando Regula, Horacio Garcia Rojas, just to name a few. Now, currently, Cry Macho is sitting with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 52% and an audience score of 64%, so they're pretty damn close together. Now, with a budget of $33 million, we'll have to wait and see how this thing does at the box office to see if it recoups his money back. Now, with the same day release on the HBO Max, I don't know. I mean, I got to say, 15 or 2, I went the HBO Max, man. I'm sorry. I mean, the trailer got me interested to watch this movie, but once I found out that I could actually watch it on HBO Max and not have to go to the theater, I'm going, that's what I'm doing. I mean, there was really nothing in this movie that you had to see it on the big screen. I mean, I know that that's what they were shooting for. I mean, that's what they wanted you to see, this movie on the big screen, but it didn't really give me that big screen movie feel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I watched it on my laptop. I mean, I wish I could have watched it at least on a bigger screen TV at the most, but it did, to me, it didn't really feel like it didn't compel me to go see it in the movie theater. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. If you're sitting at home and you have HBO Max, you got nothing to lose, right? So maybe that's just me. So have you ever watched the movie Cry Macho starring Clint Eastwood? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's not the best Clint Eastwood movie I ever saw, but it's not the worst one. And again, the fact that he's still working at 91, pretty damn impressive, right? I mean, it's pretty damn impressive. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.